believe we're going to be heading south into the swamps.
Not a good idea.
Why?
There's a dragon's lair.
How big of a dragon?
I want to make sure that we have materials and stuff. The things like I needed were a lot of like leaves and sprigs and things. Some brimstone, some iron.
Okay.
I just want to make sure I gather. Like I also need like grasshopper leg. Some different things I will need for making sure I have. Like a lot of these, they don't take them when they use them.
Sure.
I just need to make sure that I have them available.
Okay.
In case we need any of these spells later in the future.
So you gather those. Some of them are in the alchemy lab. Some of them are in Gladys's hut. Or are you gathering these alone?
Well, I'm sure Torque doesn't need them.
I don't need anything for what I have. I just need a drop of blood, but I can use my
You
own.
can use that when you need to.
Yeah.
I'll get some materials as well.
Vulcan is walking in front of you, and you see a shape in the shadows do this and motion you over.
A shape?
And we're leaving now?
You're in the hallway.
I'll sneak away, I guess, from Volcom and head over towards this figure.
Okay. They bring back their hood. You recognize them as Adeline.
What are you doing here?
I'm so close. I think I found it. I know what I need.
You with the tome?
Well, yes. There's a particular tome I need for divination. I think I've been researching. I think I understand a ritual that we can cast to get us answers. Finally.
Okay, where is this? Where is it? What do you need?
Here. He hands you a note. It has a name of a book.
All right.
It's in the library.
I can try to look for this later, but we have dire situations going on right now.
What could be more dire than the answers we've been searching for our whole lives?
I don't believe these answers are going to go anywhere. Whereas there are other things going places.
What?
It's hard to explain. It involves demons and many other creatures I didn't think I'd have to deal with.
We're so close.
I read this name here.
Mm-hmm.
Do I recognize it at all or anything? Have I ever seen it before? Or
Could be in the library. Library's vast.
where do you even believe this book to be? Is it in the library? Is it somewhere else?
Yes, I believe it to be in the library. But I need your help to get it. They've
Have you been taking other books already?
heightened security.
So it has been you taking books?
Yes.
I figured. I will look into this. It may take me some time to find it.
Okay. Well, I'm worried about continuing to sneak in here. Do you think you can meet me tonight?
Where?
Southeast of the entrance, a mile. There's a tree that looks like a hand.
All right. I will meet you there tonight.
Thank you.
I'll hurry back over towards Volcom so he doesn't notice I was gone, and then keep that in mind for later.
Okay.
Volcom noticed nothing.
Yeah, Volcom, I was going to say, Volcom notices nothing.
He's pretty preoccupied.
Deep in thought.
He's still suffering from blood loss. They keep draining it from him.
He didn't even give me a cookie.
He did, but tore.
Ate it.
What? I know it's for you.
He's just sitting there.
Munching
Okay.
it, like, just staring
So
into
you
the
got
fire.
those. You go to the lab to get the other ingredients. Professor Sharp's in there. All these events are terrible.
They are, Professor. Working on trying to fix them, we may be having to journey to the swamps to the south.
I'm working with Vish on some method of containment for these creatures.
Do you have anything that would be helpful with our journey? We're trying to make sure we're as prepared as we can be.
So you think you're going to have to head to the swamp?
The scent I was following headed south, but I don't know if it actually went down the cliff. I don't believe it to, but we must go that direction, I would assume.
Before you leave, come back. I'll mix up some antidotes and some salves.
Very well. And then I give him my list of things that I need.
Yep.
I imagine Volcom going through looking for them all.
He gives them.
Do you have anything else you need to say or anything? Are you good?
Is there good progress being made on the entrapment?
Yes. As a matter of fact, we're ready to test.
What do you need? How would you like to do it?
In an hour, meet in... He names a room.
Okay. Anticipating Arctic Ellore will not appreciate this.
In an hour's time, you can all be present for the test if you like.
Okay.
So there is a golden sphere that's about this big that Vish has. And all over it is etched different symbols. And sort of wrapping it are red like lines. And you realize that these are containers or tubes filled with blood. And they seem to feed in to the shape as well.
Okay.
This and a small ritual might work. But I think that the entities will need to be in a weakened state. And it might not work on some of the larger ones. But we'll see. We'll start small. Can I have your permission?
Best that we try this now rather than in the field.
I need you to keep your mouth closed. And he puts a clothespin on your nose.
Torque is so interested.
So he holds it aloft and he starts speaking this ritual.
I choose you. This kind of Pokemon.
Lagatha Hanakala! The thing on your shoulder starts to get sucked towards it, and it creates hands that are trying to hold on.
Like hold on to Volcom?
Yeah.
Torque tries to touch the hands.
It's hot. It feels like fire.
So they're not moving away this time. Okay.
Finally, the grip lessens, and it is sucked into this container.
So like, trying to get out.
Yeah, it shakes and then turns red. It hurt. It's hot.
If you hold it up, you can hear like a buzzing inside.
Can I see it?
Like a seashell.
Professor, I wouldn't.
What? I just want to.
Like
I want to hold it up and see if I can hear.
Like the ocean.
I don't hear anything.
Perhaps it's wise not to shake the orb, Torque. You think?
They would have said don't shake it whenever they gave it to me. Okay, I do hear it actually. There you go.
Good, it works. And the fact that this works gives me some ideas on some sort of bane or banishment. For now, these will do. I've also completed a scrying ritual.
Do you know where Rezi is?
Well, she appears to be well.
Good.
That's good.
Why don't you join me? And we'll have a look.
All right.
He takes you back to his office.
Just Ellore?
Everyone.
Okay.
And
I agreed to get
out there.
he has a small dish that has water in it, and the reflection is clear. You can see yourself. He takes some dust and pours it in and says an incantation. And you see resplendent in what looks like a dilapidated throne room. There's a woman with her.
Woman.
They appear to be laughing and talking together. Unfortunately, this fast of a job, we can only see.
Well, she doesn't seem to be harmed.
I can determine the location. It's in the swamp. The swamp.
Surprise.
I mean, the throne could indicate the fort castle structure that we saw on the map and we're told about.
Yeah. The old ruin is still standing.
Wait, look at this. You see a man come in. He has like leather sort of undergarments on, but nothing else. And he's covered in ash and soot and sweat. He comes in, and the woman points, and Resplendent sort of rubs her hands together. And you see the man shoot up like this, and he begins to dance.
Do I notice if his eyes are cloudy?
They appear to be.
Well, it seems like she's had a little bit more practice with that.
She wasn't able to make anyone dance before. Perhaps this is a good thing.
Well, yeah, she's getting better. I just don't know who this leather undergarment man is. Why he's so damn good at dancing.
He's got like a leather apron on.
Okay. All right.
Apron.
So he's like a blacksmith.
suppose we must journey there to find her.
Torque also, he's not the greatest student, but he's pretty good at like seeing movement and memorizing choreography. He wants to see if he can memorize the dance for later use.
Okay.
You never know.
If only we had a bard.
So the woman is a slender half-elf with sharp features, midnight hair, and icy blue eyes. She wears a becoming black dress fitted to her slim frame.
Hello, you know her?
No. Why would you think that?
I
Is it the
really-
ears?
I don't like what you're insinuating.
You mean I'm related to every weasel you see now, too?
I do think that.
I do too. I'm sorry.
I imagine we'll set out tomorrow.
We should rest tonight.
Professor Gusspiller talked to us about possibly not wanting to go alone. Should we take anybody with us that might have more experience?
That would be wise.
Who would you recommend?
I heard from Gutspiller also. He seems to have volunteered.
Okay.
Good man, Gusspiller.
It's like a field trip.
A learning experience, yes.
How many of these orbs have you been able to make?
Well, I wanted to test this one first.
Oh, shorty. Okay.
But I can get you 3 more by tomorrow.
Volcom, you haven't said much since this thing's been gone, but do you feel any different now that it's gone? Or?
I do feel as if it's.
Weight off your shoulders.
I do feel as if it's cut off from me.
And you're okay with us sealing these up like this, right?
Seems we have little choice. They seem to be uncontrollable and having their own intentions.
What are you going to do with that orb, Professor?
He says another incantation, and out comes the thing. Still better than inside you.
It comes out the orb?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll make sure that didn't come out of him.
Yeah.
I'm going to need to rekey this one as well.
Okay.
Okay.
So the thing that comes out, does it go back to Volcom, or?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, you're going to have 3 options. Wow, 2 options for getting there. Either rappelling down, or we can try teleportation.
I believe we were teleported here.
You were,
Yeah, with
but
gates.
that was from a fixed circle. There's no such thing in the swamp. It's going to be a bit trickier.
So we may teleport to a random location.
It's possible. I have been to the swamp, but I'm not intimately familiar with it. It is possible that you would end up somewhere nearby. It's possible that you would end up somewhere like the place, so another swamp.
Perhaps we should just climb down.
I was going to volunteer.
I imagine we're going to have to
Rappel.
climb up whenever we get back.
Yeah. I don't mind climbing.
Climbing
Is-
up is the hard part.
Is there knowledge that Professor Gutspiller could offer you to increase the accuracy of the teleportation?
We have about the same.
What does Gusspiller say? He's coming along with us? What would his lead be?
His vote.
No magic! Radio! We'll get the ropes and the hooks.
We'll climb.
All right.
Um,
Is
go back,
everybody
make
geared,
sure I pack up and everything.
Is it the
And
next morning now?
geared up?
well, we need to go back and make sure we should probably pack up tonight.
Yep,
Okay.
you gather climbing equipment.
Make sure we have everything we need.
Do you make a stop at the library or not?
Yeah, perhaps while everyone's getting everything gathered and whatnot, I'll head to the library and look around there for
Oh, hello, where are you going?
to make sure I have everything in order.
Do you need any help?
I don't believe
I can
so.
come with you, I'm not
Make
doing
sure you
anything.
have your pack.
No,
and
I got my
everything.
stuff. My stuff's
Make
good.
sure you have your food.
Oh, I got my food.
How much?
A lot.
You may need a lot of food.
It may be too much.
I might have everything. Perhaps I'll just come back to the bunk.
Oh, okay.
Let me double check what I need.
Alright.
I'll go back
Turns his
to
back.
there. Imagine we're gonna rest.
Yeah.
But,
Stop off at the library.
but while they rest, I only need 4 hours for my trancing.
Okay.
So I'll go to the library while they're sleeping.
Oh.
All right. So the librarian is not awake at this hour. If
Okay.
you want to rouse them, or
Is the library open?
you can get it.
Um,
You have to sign your name at the book when you enter.
Okay. I'm going out and look around.
Okay. So you sign your name in, and
See if I-
there was a force field sort of force, but once you sign your name, you can enter. you're in, and the force closes behind you.
Gotcha. I'm gonna look around for this book and see if I can find it.
Okay,
I
so
wanna-
he mentioned divination. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I want to try to find it and see what it contains.
Okay. So he mentioned divination, so that's where you start. You don't see it in the general stacks. It's possible that it's in the restricted section.
Is this the red book?
No, this is not the red book.
All right. Well, I'll examine over in the restricted area, I guess.
Okay, so you go in there.
How restricted is the restricted area?
Well, it's not so restricted, but the books aren't allowed to leave.
Gotcha. Okay.
You go in, and you do find the book.
Okay. If I look through it, do I see what kind of what's in it, or spells,
Roll
or
Arcana.
12.
You don't understand all of it. It's fairly advanced. In fact, it's quite advanced. But it seems to cover things like scrying, watching things, listening to things. There's a small section about that's mainly referencing other works about summoning spirits to ask them for information. It talks about the possibilities of not only dead things, but also things from other realms and planes.
Would I be able to like copy down any of these rituals or anything?
You could. It would take some time.
Too long of a
It's
time?
a fairly extensive volume. Like you could do a passage, or maybe a chapter tonight, but not the entire thing.
If I take it out, they'll know that I took it out. It's also restricted. I wonder why it's restricted.
Maybe it's just the cover that's restricted. Just take the pages.
Yeah, but I rip it. They know I've been in here, maybe. They know I defaced the book. Suppose I'll take the book with me to meet Adeline.
Okay.
I'll make sure I return it tonight.
Okay. Roll Arcana.
I mean, worse than the last one. Nope, 16.
Okay, that's not bad. So, ordinarily, you could not get this book out of the restricted section. There's a field that keeps these books in here.
Mm-hmm.
You are able to find some of the glyphs that make this happen,
Mm-hmm.
and you think that smearing them with some blood
With some blood.
would stop them from working until they were washed.
I'm not doing that.
You might be able to smear them with something else.
Maybe I'll leave it for now, and then I'll go talk to Adeline about it. Let's leave it in there for now.
Okay.
I'll try to come back later on, maybe. And I'll go meet up with Adeline and discuss the book and what I found and whatnot.
Finally. Where is it?
It's stuck in the library. There are glyphs trapping it into a restricted area.
But you found it.
Yes, it does. It is located in that library, but as I said, it is protected. The restricted books are not allowed to leave the library. Now, what is in the book that you need?
I found a spirit, a nature spirit that I think would know what happened to us. I want to summon it and ask it.
A nature spirit? And I was given powers from a spirit. I was told that it was not from that the curse occurred.
Well, it is an ancient spirit, one that had passed on long ago, that I think might know something.
If I remove the book, they will know it's me. I don't know how quite yet to get it out unnoticed. But if we do remove it, I want it returned as well, immediately.
Perhaps you could get me in.
Get you in? To the
Well, there's a
library?
force field. I wasn't able to get through.
You have to sign in to get in. Where would we do the ritual?
Well, I could copy the ritual that I need, and then we can do it in the cave where I'm hiding.
It would take some time to copy the ritual. It was quite long.
It would. Yes, it would probably.
I don't know that we could do it tonight. And I'll be gone in the morning.
For how long?
I'm not sure.
We can't wait.
Perhaps I can get you in the library and we can look into the book itself.
Just.
But I don't know if the force field will allow you to get in.
Let's try.
All right.
All right, you go back.
Mm-hmm.
Do you sign into the book?
If 2 names are signed, does it allow 2 people to go in?
You can try. You can try with your name first.
Like write Ellore
Mm-hmm.
and then go in. All right. So I write my name
Okay.
and then walk through, and it lets me through, right?
Mm-hmm. I think it just lowers. I think we can both walk in.
Together?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's try that.
It works.
All right.
You take him to the book?
I was debating on writing another person's name in there. Framing somebody, I didn't want to do it. The book is hidden over here.
Okay, you take him to it.
Which spell are you looking for?
He ignores you and starts turning the pages. You see a look of excitement on his face when he opens to a certain page. And he takes a bag.
Which page did he turn to?
Hmm?
Which page did he turn to? Do I see any words on it?
Yes, it's... What languages do you know?
Elven, Common, Druidic, and Sylvan.
So some of the descriptive text about it is in Sylvan. The ritual itself is in a language you do not understand.
Okay.
But it seems to talk about... It's a ritual for gaining knowledge from other realms.
Okay. What's Adeline doing with the bag?
He takes some dust out.
Adeline, what are you doing? I grab the book.
I'm just gonna get what I need.
What does this say? I can't read it all.
It's difficult to explain, but I can explain more later. This dust will allow me to take the knowledge, to take the words.
I don't know if I want any information leaving this library. It must be restricted for a reason.
Well, we can't do the ritual here.
I don't know what to do. I feel like it's against my character, but
You want answers as much as I do.
yes, I do.
We're
but-
so close. I have to know what happened.
All right. I'll put the book back.
He sprinkles the dust, and the words disappear, and the dust turns into papers, like scrolls,
All right.
and he takes the scroll and he puts it in his pocket.
All right, Andy. I suppose we should go do this ritual.
Now?
Isn't that the whole point of this?
Well, yes, but it's going to take time. I didn't know exactly what I would need for the ritual. I'm going to need to gather ingredients. I'm going to have to draw runes. It'll be lucky if I'm ready in a week.
Why don't you take the pot with the ingredients and the runes, and I'll take the other half. And that way we will do it together when I return.
I will wait for you.
I feel like too much knowledge released from this
Roll
place is a
insight.
bad thing. Insight. No. 12 plus 15.
He's almost mad with his need to have this knowledge.
Yeah. I would say we. I'll take the ritual pot. You take the ingredients, and we'll do this when I return. That pot will not hinder you anymore. It'll be the pot you would need when I return anyway.
He has a sudden flash of violence in his face at the thought of you taking this ritual, but it quickly calms. And he says, well, where are you going? What if you don't return?
Get there. It's like fucking Smeagol.
It's simply a class trip. I'm sure I'll be back. It'll take me a couple days, and then you should be ready. You'll have your week to gather the ingredients, and we'll
The
do
ingredients, but what about the runes? They're in the ritual.
I'll study that part, and I'll help you with that.
You can understand it?
Bits and pieces. What's the rest of these languages?
Roll persuasion.
14.
It is an old esoteric language that hasn't been in this realm for as long as elves.
Elves have been around for quite a while.
This I know. This is older.
What language is older than the elves? How can you read it?
I've spent every waking moment searching for an answer. It has led me to some questionable areas of knowledge.
With not fully understanding this spell, I don't feel comfortable allowing it to leave this school. And I haven't seen you in quite a while. Perhaps your questionable knowledge search has led you astray.
But we're the only ones that are left. If not for us, who will right the wrongs that happened to our village?
It's the whole point of my journey here. In fact, tomorrow are more wrongs that I'm trying to right. It's my whole quest that I'm doing. I will return with the other part of the scroll once you have the ingredients. We'll do it together and make sure that this is...
Roll persuasion.
Gather the information for our village. Try. 11, and I have a 11.
I need some of your blood.
My blood? For what?
Should you find your demise, at least I'll be able to ask you where it is.
I have to take the book to begin with. Very well.
I want that blood spell.
Prick my finger and give him a little bit of blood.
Alright,
Can you
let's
bring
take
him
a
back and
vial.
talk to him? Can
What?
you bring him back and like talk to him?
Dragon eats you when you're holding that thing. You've doomed your entire tribe.
True, but if this spell isn't what he's saying it is to be, I don't want it to escape the school. I haven't seen this man in a long time.
So shall it be.
And he was also one who left me out in the woods.
That was the elders.
I mean, the whole tribe left me out in the woods.
He was shunned, Eric.
He didn't come and visit.
I hope I will regain your trust at the end of this. And we will find the answers we seek. Good luck on your journey.
Thank you, Adeline. I hope we can find the answers as well.
Alright, the next morning.
Can I roll insight to see if he seemed trustworthy in that little
Sure.
bit there? On the green one. 4 plus 7.
He seemed genuine in his desire for you to not die.
Okay, well, that seems good, I guess. I take my part of the scroll and I roll up and I store it away.
Okay.
While he takes his part of the scroll.
You do so. The next morning early, you guys, anyone who's going on this needs to prepare their spells before you head into the swamp. So make sure you get the spells that you want.
Tor's like, I have nothing.
I have everything. I rely on spells or rely upon my own back.
The skirts. What's that from?
Him.
For me.
Oh.
Getspiller meets with you. He has several bags full of the climbing equipment, backpacks, that each of you will need to don.
Mhm.
You start heading south, exactly to the point where Ellore last saw the trail go cold.
Torque, observe. We have mosquito repeller
Mm.
and cliff repeller.
Yes!
I'm gonna hold on to that.
We must eat a hearty breakfast, for it is a long climb.
I eat a hearty breakfast every day just in case I'm about to have a long climb.
That's why.
Ellore actually joins and eats breakfast
Okay.
this time. That way he can save any of his good berries for the adventure.
Now, the good berries expire after a day, right?
Yeah, they last for 24 hours, but they give you sustenance and stuff too. So.
So we go. What do we eat?
It is a hearty meal.
Hearty meal, yes.
There is, it's like potatoes mixed with cheese. some sort of meat that is smoked,
I have no idea what this is. Just throw it in.
and eggs, all sort of mixed together.
Okay. Making a scramble.
Good
Yeah.
old country omelet, Eric.
What's potatoes?
Yeah, there's potatoes in it.
What is it? Okay, cheese.
Potatoes,
meat.
cheese,
Yeah,
meat,
the first
and
thing he
eggs.
said.
Oh, I didn't hear potato. I heard cheese.
It's
meat,
mostly
eggs.
potatoes.
Potatoes
Primary
are we.
We eat it.
Ellore looks around for some toast. Any toast?
Grits.
Is there any toast?
No, there's no toast.
Grits and what else do you eat?
A
bread. It's gonna go bad.
a blue arm throws with great speed and accuracy. Like
Uno kono ki.
toasty piece of bread.
Like at me?
Yes. Roll reflex save.
Wait.
6.
Yeah, mine was a 20.
It hits you square in the eye.
Is he sitting next to you?
Thank you.
Bounces
My
off
buddy.
your head and thank you. Ah.
You are getting ready to climb down when Gatak says, I'll be watching, but I'm going to be letting you guys handle this on your own. A learning experience, but I'll step in if absolutely necessary.
Always teaching, eh?
Indeed.
Hmm.
I like
So-
to think that I'm always learning, but people keep telling me I don't.
So let's get cracking.
Torque opens up his the ropes and the things and looks around and just kind of tries to copy everybody else because he has no idea what they're doing.
So Gatak instructs you, any who hasn't done much climbing before. So what I need you to do is to pick someone to lead the climb. That person will do the roll. Everyone else can roll to give that person a +2.
Okay. What would the roll be in?
It's strength. Athletics.
Probably Torque is our strongest.
If I have rage, I get an advantage on strength checks.
My
You want
strength.
to climb this cliff angrier?
Yeah, why not? I'm gonna get the advantage on strength checks, and then you guys can add +2, +2, +2.
How long does it last?
10 rounds.
1 minute.
Well, that'll help us for a little while. How tall is the cliff?
Tall.
What's your athletics, Eric?
500 feet tall.
Well, we're looking at strength right now. My athletics is +5 though.
What is the first person doing?
So this is going to take some hours.
They're going to lead the climb, and then the rest of us have to roll to give them.
Like lead the
Pluses.
climb by like what do you mean?
So the basic idea is you'll all be climbing, and so one person is going to make the main roll for everyone, but everyone else, if they roll and can succeed, they'll give that person a +2.
So they're like finding the way, like the footing down the way and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that way we're all taking the same path down. Okay. I'll do
And
it. You
hammering
guys
in the
wanna do it?
pittance, like the safety pittance,
Sure.
as you go down.
Okay.
That way we're not just free
Remember that at the
climbing
very top, we'll have to remove the ones at the top.
Sure.
and like drop them down.
Okay. You guys want me to do it?
You're
If you're,
16 and a
if you're
5.
if you're the strongest,
So everyone else, roll athletics first. That's climbing.
5.
Let's see it.
Yeah, that's a natural 1.
Okay. So Eric,
Yes.
you receive a -2.
Okay.
Can I just turn to a spider and assist this somehow?
You can turn into a spider.
What,
You're
what,
fine.
what would that do?
It lessens his
What
requirement.
about an eagle or some shit?
it can't
Can't-
turn into
oh,
a
yeah.
bird.
I've said it many times.
It was brought up several times at
I'm
the
just
end of last
gonna
session.
turn into my giant wolf spider and
Okay.
climb down.
Tell everybody first.
Are you sticking at their pace? Because you can go much faster.
Can I assist him in finding like a safer path doing so?
Absolutely.
Guys, perhaps I'll turn into my spider again.
Mhm.
Remember the spider?
I
What a
do.
goat.
Goat.
Hard to forget.
Goats
it
can
was-
climb.
What?
Goats-
You know,
it was
what's better than climbing goats? Climbing spiders.
Yeah.
They climb on the ceilings. You
Go
ever seen a
upside
goat?
down.
You ever seen a goat on the ceiling?
Yes.
Where?
I painted one.
New Zealand.
Under the plane?
All right, so you're doing your spider.
Yeah, I'm going to turn
Yeah.
into a spider, and I
Okay.
hope find your maybe a path you can follow.
Okay.
All right. So Eric, instead, you have a +3.
+3. Awesome. I will also rage, which gives me an advantage, which gives me the best of 2 rolls, right?
For the first little bit.
Yeah.
It's going to take
Still
you
pretty nice.
like 3 hours
Okay.
to
Hold on
climb
your
this.
rage,
I would hold on to your rage for combat.
Okay.
perhaps.
It's your decision.
Yeah.
But
All right, I'll just do my roll then. So
Okay.
I'm rolling athletics.
Yep.
So 15 plus 5, 20.
Plus 3.
Well, I get plus 5 on my athletics, so then it's also 23. Right?
Okay. So,
That's great. Glad you're doing that.
so Thane gives you a bit of a scare at one point. He loses grip and is caught in the rope.
Can I shoot a web at him?
The spider is able to reach out a hand.
A leg.
Don't
A
pull
leg.
it off the thorax. Cephalothorax,
to
actually.
help you back onto the cliff. Other than that minor incident, it is a challenging climb, but you make it to the bottom in 3 hours' time.
Hey, you okay?
Yeah, I just had a little slip there.
You need me to rub that out again?
Yeah.
Rub what?
All right, so as your research indicated, you basically drop into a swamp.
Okie dokie.
So who's going to be doing the pathfinding in the swamp?
Who's the best person for that?
Probably someone with a lot of nature.
How are spiders in the swamp?
It is not going to be me.
Spiders any good in swamps?
Well, some wolf spiders can swim, and they can run on top of the
I
water.
don't think I can
So
do
the swamp
that.
is made up of bogs punctuated by small marshy islands. The bogs are covered in 3 feet of dark brackish water, whereas the islands are covered in grass and rushes. There's a heavy mist that hangs over the marsh, obscuring all sight, including dark vision beyond 25 feet. Creatures 25 feet away have total concealment. The mist obscures the sun enough that you can hardly even tell it's there.
Well, I have a nature of 0, so I shouldn't lead.
Me as well.
As a spider, do I notice any issues in the swamp? As a spider, like a giant wolf spider.
This is not your ideal terrain. You, like everyone else, are in difficult terrain unless you're on the islands.
Anybody else feel just like a desire to squash the spider? Just a thing that.
It is a repulsive creature, but it is also a friend.
Point 8 eyes, just start looking at you.
It was
6
that
eyes.
way
Maybe we can
before.
give it a mask.
It was
Can
that
we
way
give him
before he
yours?
turned into a spider.
So you have a map
And I wouldn't have one.
with the location
Selfish.
of the ancient ruins. I assume that's the direction that you're heading.
Alrighty, I guess I'll turn. I don't know, being the white wolf spider. I'll still get my nature checks and stuff that I can do. It just won't be that easy to communicate.
Can we ride it? He's giant.
I don't think it's that giant.
What?
Can we ride it? He's giant.
I don't know if you can ride a giant wolf spider.
What's its size? Medium. No. If you were a goblin, you could.
Kill all the goblins.
Or no.
Or a fairy.
We're resplendent.
I can lead, like we're on the land right now.
Yeah.
Can I lead as a spider?
Okay.
In the direction.
Oh,
Like I can make nature checks and stuff, and you guys follow me. And
Okay.
Are you all like bunchly packed? Are you spread out? The fog is obscures beyond 25 feet, so are you all staying within viewing distance of one another, like all bunched together?
We should
Or
have
is there like a line of
is there a
people?
line?
we should have a guide rope.
Might be smart if we hold on.
The
to
front man to the rear man.
Also, if one of those starts to sink or something, we can pull on
Yeah.
the rope.
I'll hold on, baby.
All right, so you all have a rope that you're holding
Mhm.
Yep.
twixt you. What's the order of the line?
Buddy!
Your first is tied to your
Spider.
something.
I or something. I don't think I can make. I don't know if I can make webs. I have web sense and web walker. Doesn't say I can make webs. But
You've already got powers.
Who's next in line?
Well, I feel like Volcom, as much as he's a friend, needs to be watched just carefully for the next couple of days. So maybe not have him last.
Okay.
Thane, do you want to be next?
Yes.
And then Volcom,
Sure.
and then me, and then Gut Spiller towards the end, I would say.
What's Gutspower stats?
I don't know.
Better than ours,
As a
probably.
teacher, it's got to be good.
He's survived
This might be like that one.
many loss of limb.
Dang it, Ruby episode. And there's like the guy with the thermos.
You continue through the swamp. It's a fairly miserable trek. There's lots of mud.
Ugh.
Your boots
It's like you drank that one.
immediately
Ugh.
filled with mud as you start walking
I hate wet
through.
feet, Shane.
Oh,
The-
I love it.
The fog, like, You can feel the fog when your skin and in your clothes, like slowly starting to permeate it, water with moisture.
Is the air heavy, like humid, and
A thick fog hangs heavily over the chill swamp, turning the sun into a weak red glow. Dead trees loom into skeletons in the mist, and everywhere is the stench of rot and death.
Nice place.
yeah.
Thanks so much for joining us for this edition of the Blind Wave Dungeon Dragons campaign. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe. Let us leave a comment letting us know. And also check out patreon.com/blindwave because you can see the next episode right now.
Can you subscribe? I can't tell anything.
You guys need better dice. Look at these. Readable.